connective tissue, that's what it looks like on 4. Now, nothing really we have to add to many of these, okay? So we can't tell much at 4, obviously, remember our routine, we do the coarse focus and we do the fine focus, okay? I'm gonna go up to 40, pretty much on every one of them, might be a couple you can get away with at 10. Alright, so we go to here, we'll go to 40. Right? So remember, this is, fibers are really widely spaced, okay? This is a really poor slide for the mast cells. They look a lot better on your slide than they do on this, okay? So in your outline right there, okay, you see fibroblasts / fibrocytes. All the little dark dots you see are gonna be fibroblasts and fibrocytes. Okay, there, kind of scattered. You'll see them better on your slide than you will on this one. I probably got the worst slide on the butt. Okay, so you don't have to distinguish or differentiate between the two. Collagen fibers. You see these large purple things? They kind of look like tubes here. They're kind of clear. Those are the collagen fibers. The elastic fibers are going to be these. Somebody took a sharp pencil and just did a really dark pencil line right there. This one going across there, right here. Okay, those dark lines are the elastic fibers right there. Okay, and then the mast cell is kind of like got a cloud around it. Yours will probably be better than this. You may only have 2 or 3 slides like this in here. Okay, so the mast cells are going to look more like they kind of do in the atlas with Dr. Ward's atlas right there. And I'm going to show you the atlas on canvas later too, so you can see it. Okay? Unfortunately, that's the best example. We just don't have any really solid, good mast cells. So that's a mast cell down there, all those little things around it. Okay? Just not a real good one in here for some reason. Okay, and mast cells produce what? Mast cells produce?
Histamine.
Histamine. Okay, alright, so that's a mast cell, alright? Okay, that done, out of the way. Next slide, dense irregular connective tissue, slide 15. It says thick skin. Right? So remember, we find dense irregular connective tissue in the dermis, right? So just underneath the dermis. Now, I would recommend turn your slide upside down so you see the epidermis on top that way. It'll make it easier for you. Okay. Okay. So if you do it kind of like this and position it where up on the top here, that little lavender ribbon or purple ribbon up on top is what? Epidermis. So that's what kind of tissue specifically? What's the epidermis of your skin called? What type of tissue? Can't hear anybody holding up to speak up. Stratified squamous epithelial tissue, right? Remember you drew this the other night, okay? So just beneath that, right? Just beneath it, right here, I'm gonna take the box, right there, that's gonna be dense irregular connective tissue. You can't tell quite there yet, but as we enlarge it, right? Get larger, right? And we go to 40, right? Now, okay, you can see it there. You may actually see it pretty good at 10. You may want to take a picture of it at 10. I will probably have it at 40 on the exam if I put it on one of the slides here. Okay, but you can see these are all the collagen fibers. So let me take it to 40. Okay, these are all the collagen fibers, and they're going all kinds of different directions. They don't appear pink here and almost brown, right? So those are all the collagen fibers going different directions. Remember, they're irregularly arranged. The lasagna noodles. All these little purple dots, okay, are the fibroblasts and the fibrocytes right there. Okay, that's all you got. Collagen fibers, fibroblasts. So identify, we have to do identify down to the type of tissue. Third slide, dense regular connective tissue, slide 20. So you can't go by the title because this is a slide of tendon. So this is what tendon looks like, and this can be very pale, very faint. If you look at it, find it, it's so pale. Okay, look how pale that is, right? So it's almost like a light yellow color. Look at it, it's like, that doesn't look like anything to me, right? But when you enlarge it, now you can kind of see the wavy lines, right? See the lasagna noodles starting to kind of pop up in here? There you go, all right? Making it kind of hard to get real focused without it kind of losing its contrast. yellow things here are the collagen fibers, all running kind of the same direction. And every one of these dark little dots here is a fibroblast, kind of embedded in there between the collagen fibers. Your slide will probably turn out better, at least on all those. Okay, we got it? So now, look in the outline there, it says fibroblast / fibrocytes, thick collagen fibers, and then nucleus of fibroblast. You can cross that out if you want, because you're not gonna probably be able to see the nucleus in the fibroblast. So you can just label it as a fibroblast with nucleus if you want, however you want to do it, just to make it a little easier. If I ask you on the test what that is, you're just gonna say it's a fibroblast. Okay, next up, hyaline cartilage, slide number 11. And we actually saw this the other night when we looked at the pseudostratified. You saw the trachea. Okay, I said we'll look at this on Thursday or Tuesday. You see that strip right through there. Okay, that is your hyaline cartilage. So remember, it looks kind of like grated jello with a bunch of little bubbles in it. Take 40, and there you go. All right. So each one of these little bubbles is a chondrocyte in the what? Lacunae. So add it in your note, in your outline. It says first bullet point, chondrocytes, and then put next to it in lacunae. So you label it as chondrocyte in lacunae. There. Right, lacuna. Right. Now the next thing, chondroitin sulfate. The chondroitin sulfate is the ground substance. So remember, this is the matrix here, fluid, semi-fluid, gelatinous, or calcified. It's jello, it's grape jello. That's the chondroitin sulfate, the jello that all these bubbles are in, okay? So that's the chondroitin sulfate, ground substance, if you want to write that down. It's already written on it for you, right? And this gets a little confusing, so listen. The third one, perichondrium, put a bullet point next to it, and you can cross out the stuff below that, because the stuff below that is describing to you what the perichondrium is. So you only have to identify the three things. Chondrocytes and lacunae, chondroitin sulfate, and then look, here's the perichondrium going across the top. See how it's going a different direction? It's also down here on the bottom if you want to label the bottom. If you just take like this box up here, you just do a little higher than the box, get a few cells in there, show the perichondrium there so you know what it is. Next, we got bone tissue, osseous tissue, slide 18. I don't really care for this slide that much, but it works, I guess. Right. So when you first see it, it doesn't look like much there, but when you focus it a little better, okay, you can start to see the osteons, right? There's an osteon there, another one here, circles, basically where they cut the trees in half, right? Okay, so you go find one of these, and let's find one that'll work pretty good. So that's a pretty cool one here. Let's use this one. Pretty good size. Okay, so there's an osteon right there. Okay. So in here we have osteocytes in the lacunae. Every one of these dots, that's an osteocyte in the lacunae. So lacuna is not clear on these. It's just dark with an osteocyte in it. Okay. The calcium phosphate is the ground substance, if you want to write that down. It's what we think of as bone, the white part of bone. So all this here that's white, even the background of what this is all in, but you can really go to this, that's the bone itself. Okay, that's calcium phosphate. And then in each one of these, right in the center where the box is, that's the central canal. We've got arteries, veins, nerves, look at it, goes through there. And then the lamellae are each one of these rings. So here's the inside ring, here's the next ring here, here's the next ring here, next ring there. Okay. So that's the lamellae. Next, adipose tissue. You can actually see this on the second slide too. If you go to it, do the skin, you go to the lower level of the skin. So you go to here where it's really kind of just clear. You can go lower down, right? And it's very pale. So once you kind of get it focused in there, you can kind of see the cells a little bit better. Come down into here see all the fat cells, right, adipocytes. So just focus in on some. Right. So there's a fat cell, another one, another. All fat cells. All right, so that's an adipocyte. What's it filled with? Fat or lipid, right? Specifically, what type of lipid? Triglyceride. Okay, so that's a lipid inside. And then we're missing all the internal parts, so it all gets shoved to the side because of all the fat. So that little spot right there, that would be the nucleus. There's a nucleus, there's a nucleus, there's a nucleus, there's a nucleus, there's a nucleus.
Which slide is it?
Can't really, what's that? Slide number 10. Adipose. Said adipose. Next up. Number 9, reticular connective tissue. Reticular connective tissue, slide number 9. So this is a type of loose connective tissue, so when you first focus this one, you kind of want to see there's all kinds of different stuff. Way out here, what kind of tissue is that out there? Can you tell us, Bubba? Real quick. Is that focusing it? Yeah, it's adipose up to the side. So remember, these slides have different stuff in it. Okay, little section of it. Now, as we go into here, now we get into the reticular. So I would go not into here where it's real white, but kind of where it transitions a little bit. You got a little bit of, it starts to get a little darker. You go to there. And this one is gonna kind of look like our holly berries, like little berries attached to the branches, right? So now you focus it in, and there you go, all right? So, each one of these little things are the actual reticular cells. And all these little branch-like structures that are dark here would be the reticular fibers. Okay? That's all you got, reticular cells and reticular fibers. Branches that the berries are hanging off of are the fibers.
What slide number is that?
Slide number 9. So where it says nucleus, put next to that, nucleus of reticular cell. Which are called reticulocytes, but you just put nucleus of reticular cell. Okay, we got that page, we got 4 more slides to look at. Elastic cartilage, slide number 12. We got that 12. Elastic cartilage. It's gonna look a lot like hyaline cartilage, with the exception of, you can actually see the fibers. Remember, you could see the fibers in hyaline. There's the cartilage right there, that strip right down the middle. So focus in on that. Better. You can already see the chondrocytes in the lacunae, right? So we got 40. There you go. So these are the chondrocytes in the lacunae right there. You guys see these fine little lines right here? Those are your elastic fibers. They're very thin. Okay, you can see a big network of them right in here. And then what's this going a different direction across the top and across the bottom? Pericondyl, right? It's labeled as part of it, top, bottom, both there. Okay. And we have fibrocartilage, which is slide 13. This one's different. This one's gonna be hard for us to see all the stuff in here. Not really crazy about this sample that we have. Only thing it is, it's very easy to distinguish just because of the fact that it's so colorful. Color to it. So if you go to 10, yeah, you can see we got blue, we got pink, we got purple, all kinds of stuff in here. And you go to 40, and it gets distorted really bad at 40. If you want to keep it at 10, you can do that. Biggest thing with this is just be able to recognize, because of the color, that's the fibrocartilage, just got timed out. So what's gonna be really hard or almost impossible to see, you gotta look really closely, and you can see them on your microscope, all right? You can actually see the chondrocytes in the lacunae. You're not gonna see big open bubbles like we saw in the other type of cartilage, but you can see basically here. That's about as best I can get it. If I go to 40, I'm gonna lose it. Little tiny dots where you can actually see where the chondrocytes are. Very difficult to see. But I think on the test, the only thing I've ever asked anybody to be able to do is tell me what type of tissue that is. Okay? So it's very colorful tissue, because that color is really good. All right, last two we got nervous tissue, slide number 36. Okay, all the different colors that you saw in there, those were the collagen fibers. Okay? Just and then for nervous tissue, just pick any one of these out. They kind of look like stars. They're star shaped. Little extensions coming off of them. So pick just one of these, whichever one you want. This one right here. Put 40 on that. And again, with this, we're just basically, because we're going to look at these when we do nervous tissue. I just want you to be able to notice this term that that's nerve tissue. So there's the cell body right there. Okay. And you see where it says axon, put a slash, and next to that put dendrite. Because all these limbs coming off here, 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 and here, they're either axons or dendrites, and I'm not gonna ask you to try to distinguish between them right now. We'll do that when we do nervous tissue, okay? So just put axon or dendrite. Don't label all of them, just label one of them. That's an axon slash dendrite right there. That's the cell body, and that's nervous tissue. Be able to recognize what it looks like. Pretty unique. I think it's pretty easy to identify. Right? I'll just use it a couple times. And the last one, skeletal muscle tissue. So this slide's a little bit different. We'll look at this slide down the road again when we do muscle tissue. Now, this slide's really two slides in one, so pay attention real closely to what I'm gonna tell you. Down here at the bottom, that's a cross section of muscle tissue. So if this is a sample of muscle tissue here, we wanna see it where it's running this way. You're looking out here at it running that way. So we're gonna have to go up on the slide. So before you go up there, there is where it's running long ways, right? Okay? So that's a longitudinal section, is what it's called. So when you look at that, you can tell that's skeletal muscle, right? No, I'm just kidding, I can't. But if you go to 10, focus at a 10, right? You'll find one of these kind of where we got some strands of them all running in the same direction. Still can't really tell much about it, but if you go 40, it's like magic here, right? Look at all of a sudden what you see in there. See the striations? Now you can see the stripes, right? Now you can see striations in there. So those are the striations. So that's a skeletal muscle cell. The nuclei are those little flat dark spots like there and there and there and there and there and there and there. Okay, they don't really appear in the middle of the cell. Once in a while you can see one up in here a little bit. But generally they're going to be kind of on the edge, top of the bottom edge. So those are the actual nuclei for each one of those cells.
What slide number was that?
That is slide number 21.